Yeah. Hello, Matt. Great to join you for this final round of BTCC. And it is only Michael Macher and Zasnishkai that can take the title. Redmayne is...
Can you hear me now, Mako? They couldn't hear me that well at all, so I was just checking. Yeah, I was probably working on Discord, but now OBS didn't catch up on my audio. Can you hear me now? Okay, he can hear me now. Okay, so I'll go again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final round of the MMS British Touring Car Championship. And this is probably going to be one of the races to end all races because we have a title fight on our hands. Nissan has already wrapped up, I believe, the team's championship as far as the non-privateers, I think. There's a privateer and then there's a main constructors, like the manufacturers, and then you have the privateers. I believe Nissan, as Seawolf is going through all of it, has wrapped it up, and now today it's going to be between two teammates, Streznikai and Michael Macher, who can go for the driver title. So it's going to be interesting. I'll pass you on to Seawolf and Grand, who will give their 2 cents and weigh in, because I am not the most accurate of commentators.
Well, hello. Looking at the current point standings for the championship, in the Drivers' Championship, Laban Shashnikai is second behind Joan Michelmacher. 10 points separate the two, which means that for Shashnikai to win the championship, he needs to win and have either Michael Macher score only 1 or 2 points, or not score any points at all. The team's championship, the overall team's championship, has been wrapped up by Nissan Castrol Racing with 94 points in front of BMW Motorsport team with 70 points. Then in the manufacturer team's championship, it is also Nissan Castrol Racing who have won the championship with an impressive 142 points, which is exactly double that of the second place team, BMW Motorsport. In privateer team's championship, it is Team Dynamics who are the champions, with 41 points compared to Pinkney Motorsport's 12 points. In the Constructors' Championship, there's Nissan leading over BMW. However, the gap is much, much closer there, only being 13 points between the two, which means if the Nissans have a bad day, BMW might be the Constructors' champion. Back to you.
Okay, with that enlightening information, let's go straight into it with the grid walk now. On pole, Laban Shishnikai. A typical performance from Laban. You know, he's gotten a good couple of poles in the championship. I think before all that, it was Eddie Redmayne mostly getting the poles, but I'll actually hand it back to my supporting commentary to go through the grid, and then we will get racing.
Do I take it then?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Laban Shashnikai on pole position, and accompanying him on the front row is Joel Michael Macher, his teammate and championship rival, in second position. And starting in P3 is Henrik Saller, then in the Ford, and Stefania Alberti accompanies the Estonian on the second row of the grid. Sigarit Friedman for Manchester Team Maxted, very good P5, with Eddie Redmayne the third in P6 for BMW. Obviously, they'll be hoping to battle with Nissan for the manufacturer's title today. P7 is Sergei Kozak, and then we have Daniel Nisbetic in 8th position. Very good qualifying for him as well. Di Grassi starts in 9th with Marcus Caio rounding out the top 10. And then it is Thomas Nisbet, the Scotsman, starts P11, followed by Pedro Della Lamy in 12th position. Henry J. Brown in the Team Securicore Toyota starts in 13th with Patrizia Andriana Di San Marino. In the Peugeot starts in 14th position. Erwin von Waldeck, who makes his debut at the final round here at Silverstone, is starting in 15th position with Oliver Kaminski for Vauxhall in 16th. And it is Colin McGuinness, the Scotsman, is starting 17th. And P18 will be Artemio D'Ambrosio. Max Mustermann, who makes his debut for Nissan Castrol Racing, starts down in 19th. And it is Aaron Curtis in the lone Mazda starting in 20th. Darius Petrauskas for Team Dynamics is 21st with Hussein Chetinkaya. The other team Max car down in 22nd, and P23 is Matis Christoupas in P23. P24 is Emil von Nurkrans, followed by Ladislav Babka for Roy Kennedy Racing. And then it is Lucas da Silva in the Renault, and the final 2 cars in the grid will be Steiner Metzcal and James Faulkner.
Very interesting qualifying there with a very poor result from a winning debut driver, Emil from Nurkrans. Lucas da Silva is also off his game today, so that's going to shake things up a bit. Mustermann, new replacement for Todoroki after a string of poor results over the past couple of races. We'll see how he performs. Down in 90s makes it seem like he's still getting used to the car. As for Aaron von Waldeck, he, in the Mondeo, will see if he can live up to Owen Potter's performances, which have been pretty good, pretty consistently upper midfield, I believe. And with that said, let us get into the British Touring Car Championship finale. So let's go with Shizhnikai. Oh, 1 second. Make sure the audio is working before, because I know if the my voice audio was bad, possibly the game audio could be bad. So I'll just check that real quickly. Okay, let's get into it. And the lights are out. See who gets off a good start. Looks like Shizhnikai with a smooth start into turn 1. Michael Macker taking second place with relative ease. Stefania Alberti doing okay there in second place. She's actually gotten past Michael Macker for second place. Laban Shizhnikai already getting down to work and trying to get that gap.
Oh, there was someone spinning someone else in the back. Could look at the back, please? There was a BMW that I believe spun one of the Mondeos. It's the BMW at the front of the field. It's a BMW.
It was Redmayne.
Yeah, that was Redmayne. I think he spun out. That was, yep.
Spun out Salsaler and caused a huge pile-up. Huge. That's Mustermann getting stuck. That's completely shaking the field.
That is not what you want to see for the start of the race. That massive pile of for most of the field, and I don't think you can blame anybody over Eddie Redmayne for that one.
Yeah, it was quite aggressive from Eddie Redmayne, and I think Stewart might have something to say about that later on.
And Michael Macker already making his presence known against Stefania Alberti, but Redmayne is attacking Michael Macker, so we've got a really big fight here. Redmayne wanting to make a statement against Michael Macker. We have a yellow flag. Let's see what's going on as everyone goes through the front straight in a processional way.
I believe the yellow flag might be the crash car.
Must be. I'll get that off the track. So, back to the processional line we've got here, but there's more interesting things up in the front as Stefania Alberti in the Renault dealer racing car is now leading the race. Michael Macker dives past his teammate and championship rival. while Redmayne is still stuck in fourth as Friedman attacks Redmayne.
But the attack might not, I don't work as well as she would have hoped. There's now Nisbetek is going next side by side with Friedman, but he starts back into fifth position, sorry, sixth position.
I have to say though, still very nicely done in this Nisbetek to be in this front-running pack here.
Yeah, these cars wouldn't be considered the pinnacle of the touring cars like we've seen with Nissan and BMW fighting. I have never seen a performance like this out of Stefania Alberti before. I think she had quite a terrible knockhill round where she got disqualified from that race. So obviously she wants to redeem herself with this podium finish. If she can hold off the attack of the Nissan Castrol racing cars and eventually the BMW. Sorry for cutting you off.
As it stands now, Stefania Alberti in total has only had a single points finish, which was a second place at Donington Park near the start of the season. She's been disqualified once, has failed to finish 4 times, and in total she's failed to finish the race actually more times than she's had any kind of finish. So as it stands,
and that's Redmayne hitting Stefania off.
That's again, I don't think we can really blame anybody else other than Redmayne for that one, and that was just shameful, absolutely shameful.
So let's just make a note here. So Redmayne has already spun 2 cars off, one of which caused a massive pile-up in the beginning of the race, and obviously Redmayne is out for blood because he's lost the chance at a driver's title. He can still claim the BMW title for the team, but he's going to be doing it in quite a dangerous style. I know it's touring car racing, but this is a step too far, folks. As you can see, he just rams into Stefania Alberti. Left her no chance. You can see the sparks in the splitter. And she got airtime. She had no chance to recover that.
The car went up on 2 wheels and, spun up. But now the rejoin. Rejoin, come on, please don't hit anyone. Okay, Reno was safe. That's a good thing to see. But now, as it stands, first place, Michael, second place, Redmayne, third place, Shashnikai. This is the battle for the championship, and Michael seems to be very much on the verge of winning this if he keeps it together.
I don't think Redmayne is going to let Shashnikai by easily. But let's just make a note of the third. Wait. Okay. No, I didn't want to miss the pass for position there if it happened. But let's just make a note of the Nissan Castrol Racing third driver, Max Mustermann, working hard to try and get his first points in the series. He is battling hard with San Marino. The San Marino checks back on Mustermann and makes sure he does not get that pass. Stefania Alberti gets shaken up again a little bit there by Oliver Kaminsky. Back to the front, and Redmayne is now trying to pull away from Shashnikai, who is trying his very well best to get past Redmayne and fight for the title here. Michael Macker, he does not, I don't think he would like very much that his teammate would be held up by a bitter and fierce rival like Redmayne that he's had his comings and goings with all season long. But it's what exactly he needs if he wants to go home today crowned as the 1993 British Touring Car Championship champion.
We'll see what he can do as there is Zasnichka trying to go around the outside of Eddie Redmayne. Daniel Nisbetic might try to get involved with this battle there, but as they head through Woodcote, it's going to be Zasnichka who does get ahead of Eddie Redmayne. Redmayne might have to defend that P3 from Nisbetic.
That was a very clean move, and Daniel Nisbetic getting the move done as well. So Redmayne not being able to keep up the consistency it takes to outpace Shashnikai, and now Shashnikai has work to do. Oliver Kaminsky looks like he's retired. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like could be a mechanical failure.
Yeah, that just looks like stuck in fifth gear, and that's his race over, unfortunately.
Unfortunate for the driver, Aaron Curtis, all the way back in 27. The Mazda has let him down all season long. and an extremely wounded Team Dynamics BMW there.
It seems both Team Dynamics cars have picked up some sort of damage.
Emil von Nordkrantz having a very, very, very bad performance in comparison to his debut at stuck in the lower mid-pack, but he seems he's trying to work his way up as he overtakes 2 cars. 2, maybe 1. Dicing there with Ladislav Babka. But it looks like he's going to get the move done because the BMW 320 has that power. So Emil von Nordkrantz will check back on him later in the race. Now back to the real business end of the race. Shuzhnikai still trying to work the gap back on Michael Macker. Only 3 seconds separate them. Daniel Guzbetic running the best performance of his British Touring Car Championship career so far with a potential 3rd place finish. Kozak has now gotten past Redmayne, who is dropping back, and now Marcus Cadjo can look, and so can Friedman look, and it seems like Friedman has dived through, so Redmayne is completely losing the plot here.
Matt, in Snapchat, there was a guy asking you to lower the volume of your R-Fuck.
Okay.
Otherwise, we cannot hear the commentators.
No worries. Let me know if that is better or worse. Though it should be better. Should be good.
I should also note that Michael Macker is actually increasing the gap to Sasnishka at the moment.
Really? There's 2.6 from 3.3. Looks like Shuzhnikai is catching up, but we'll keep note of that. Let's see what's going down back in the pack. Redmayne is being attacked by Musterman. Musterman, the new kid on the block.
Yeah, Musterman von Waldeck were both 2 rookies, you could say, of the season right here, fighting against Redmayne. And it looks like Erwin von Waldeck is going to try and move on Redmayne. But here's the Team Dynamics BMW of Petrauskas.
Here comes Daniel Petrauskas, who capitalizes on that mix-up and takes 2 cars.
Very, very nicely done.
And now he's chasing Musterman. Musterman, who was having a great debut in P7, and he's chasing down Marcus Cadjo, who looks like he's going to be passed for P6.
Right, Matt, Kai wants about 5 clicks more down.
5 clicks. 5 clicks. Okay, that should be good now. Anyway, where were we? So Petrauskas has gotten past Cadjo, and Waldeck is holding P9, while Redmayne has dropped down to P10. So obviously there's a bit of karma there. Obviously when you go into bus stops with other drivers, you damage your car, and therefore you damage your performance. Petrauskas now chasing down Musterman.
Yeah, it's looking very good for Nissan at the moment. Max Musterman, I have to say, has really picked up the pace, and I think now, as Nissan Castrol Racing are only 1, 2, and 6, I think the manufacturer's title is looking to be in their advantage.
And Shuzhnikai crawling away at that gap, and it looks like he is going to go on the attack.
Alberti, something's happened to Stefani Alberti.
Maybe, and it, oh, looks like we're just coming at the scene of a crime there. But let's see if we can find it. Engine failure. That's something that has been a hallmark of Renault performance, and it's really sad because I don't think that would have happened if she wasn't getting hit around so much by Redmayne and possibly others. And that is a big hit from Kristupas, so that could maybe end his race too. Glad to see the field get around that safely enough though. back with Shishnikai and Michael Macker. This is the fight for the Drivers' Championship. This is the title fight right here.
Yeah, obviously Michael Macher is at the moment safe, even if his Serbian teammate would overtake him, and I think he is going for the overtake here on the inside into Brooklands, and he does get it done, Laban Sasnička, and takes the lead of the race.
I think that was a lot more of a passive overtake that Michael Macker let Shishnikai through like that, because I believe he can still win the championship anyway in this position, as Seawolf did note, or correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, as it stands, if Michael Maher scores points, or if Michael Maher scores more than 1 point, then he has the championship.
So that is that. So unless something extremely dramatic happens, Michael Macker is just going to watch his teammate at least enjoy a victory. But I don't know, he's kind of out for blood here with how close he's getting to Shishnikai, so there could be an element of pride here to not just win the championship in a non-victorious position and wanting to win it on the final race. That being said, it's very, very much a high merit that Shishnikai can come in as a new driver relatively, I think midway, I can't remember what round he started driving. It was quite early in the season, but to come in.
Shishnikai started driving in the 3rd round of the season, Michael Maher started driving in the 2nd round of the season.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, to miss out on you know, if one round makes the difference, to miss out on vital points needed for the Drivers' Championship, it's quite commendable that Shishnikai can at least have even some little bit of chance to win at the final race as a rookie. And Michael Macker is a Formula 1 veteran of sorts, so it's quite commendable, and I think it's definitely a talking point for the battle that we are watching here.
Yeah, it's 2 drivers from varying levels of experience. Laban Sasnička, obviously, as you did mention, debuted earlier, a bit later than Michael Macher in this season, and obviously before that he did not have a single bit of racing experience as opposed to Michael Macher. So it is a very interesting championship battle.
To break the fourth wall here at what we do at MMS for a second, both of these drivers are created by Seawolf, right?
Uh-oh. No.
No, Shishnikai was created by someone else, I believe. Give me a second.
I thought Shishnikai was created by you. Shishnikai is actually pulling away a good gap now. He's 1 second ahead, 1.3. What's going on back in the pack? Kozak is holding that 3rd position. Petrauskas is running quite well. He's pushing on with his 320, and it looks like he's going to go for that podium position. Friedman is doing well in 5th, but as you know, Friedman has had issues before with running well in top positions, but then his engine failing.
So, Laban Shishnikai was created by Hinken.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected. I thought it was both Michael Macker and Shishnikai fighting, or being your drivers fighting for the title.
I think you're confusing it because Seawolf owns another Serbian driver.
Yeah, that's possibly the case. Petrauskas looking to attack Kozak. As you can see, Redmayne is looming in the distance now. He's probably gotten used to that damaged 320 there. Kajo running well in 7th, Nisbet 8th, Musterman 9th, a good debut still. But Henry Setankaya is attacking, and he's going to try and go up the inside, but Musterman checks up and makes sure that isn't possible. He's defending very well, but Setankaya dives hard, and Kristupas stays behind to place it safe with that very, very damaged Team Dynamics BMW. Now, back in the pack, Emil von Norkrantz has been working hard at getting through all the traffic, and now is up to Henry J. Brown, who was in 12th. I see smoke in the back, so we could be having an engine failure very, very soon. and that looks like the other Renault. That could be the other Renault. I can't tell from here. Could be smoking. Oh, it's
I believe it's Bedella Lamy who's actually smoking. No, it might be Patrizia Mariani San Marino. Yep, it's Patrizia Mariani San Marino.
Yeah, so there's trouble for that Peugeot car, I believe. Yeah, Peugeot. So San Marino could be retiring from this race very soon. I believe he or she, I think it's she, has.
Yep.
Yeah, she has retired due to mechanical failure quite a few times across the course of the season. And this is Arden Curtis attacking Lucas da Silva in the Mazda, so he is going, even if that Mazda breaks down, he's going to give it one good last ride.
Yeah, still a respectable effort Curtis has done at the Mazda throughout the season, but he's just been marred with really bad luck at
I
times.
remember his race in Brands Hatch, and he was running 6th and his car broke down, I believe only like 5 laps from the end. Musterman is dropping back, so might be losing out to the more experienced drivers there, and Van Noordkrantz attacking Sal Saller. Ambrosio on his own running well. De Grassi trying to get past or being passed by Henry J. Brown. I believe it's the latter. Nisbet running fine in 10th. Kristupas and Seton Kaya now battling very hard, so let's see how this turns out.
This is still an interesting battle for P8. You have Matis Kristupas, who only holds 1 point finish to his name, and Hussein Chetinkaya, who has not finished in the points this season, and currently sits at the bottom of the BTCC championship. If he wanted to score his first point at the final race of the season, we'll see how it goes for the pair of them in this battle here.
Looks like Kristupas is going to get it done around the outside. I don't know. No joy for Kristupas. Seton Kaya is holding that position well, but I believe there are other more important battles going on as Redmayne gets past Friedman, so he will chase down Kozak, who's chasing down Michael Macker, and it looks like Szczęsny is going to claim the championship in easy style. As that is what I thought would happen. San Marino, engine failure.
I have to say that was a perfect camera pan.
Timing with experience.
Yes, indeed.
There is Redmayne and Friedman. Friedman attacking. Friedman is definitely going to earn himself a better drive in future with these kind of performances, because this is a Tamchester team. Max said, I don't think this car has any business being as far up as it is. Like, Friedman isn't qualifying that great, it's just his drives, his ability to get around people, as I believe that's a team fight in the background.
Yep, that's the fight between the two Team Dynamics BMWs, and it was pretty much an open and shut case where for Kristupas, who just went past Petrauskas without any major effort.
And Seton Kaya looks like he'll be hunting down Petrauskas. And De Grassi as well, also a teammate, so he'll be looking for positions as well. But is that Noordkrantz I saw in the distance? Yes, it was. So Noordkrantz still struggling. He got his car as far up as Henry J. Brown, and then he seemingly dropped back now. There is De Grassi flying through with a great overtake. Nisbetic takes opportunity of the traffic, and so does Henry J. Brown. They are all on pace, all doing well to try and get into the points.
Yeah, Chetinkaya is just falling like a stone here. Nisbet's going to go around the outside, and he does get past the Vauxhall. Henry J. Brown and Artemio D'Ambrosio battling now as they go side by side through Woodcut. Is D'Ambrosio going to be able to get Chetinkaya here as well? We're going to see as they head into Copse, and the Italian is going to go alongside his Formula 1 teammate, and he does get past very, very nicely indeed.
And Noordkrantz now taking all this chaos as an opportunity to move up through the field. 21st he is, so it's a bit embarrassing for a Schnitzer driver, but as you know, the scandal with the engines and the preferential treatment of Redmayne in his bid to win the championship did shake up a lot of. That is a lot of. Wow, that's fire for Babka. That is fire.
And when it's not enough Babka out of a race with an engine fire.
That's a pretty high speed as well.
I hope he's
scary.
okay. Get the marshals on point to take out the fire, and I believe that is Shoshnikai being chased by Michael Macker, who has not given up. He has not given up.
Yeah, but it seems Michael is actually catching up a little bit, lap by lap. He's catching about, I believe, a second per lap as it stands. So if he continues like this, he'll be past him by lap 24.
He needs. Yeah, he's only got 5 laps to get the job done, so he better do. If he's going to do it, he's got to do it quickly. And going back through the pack, Kozak's still in 3rd place, I believe, and Kajo is running well. He was always up in the top 5 for this race. Degrassi and Friedman fighting it out. And Redmayne is now getting back into the groove. It's 7th place, but he could drop off in pace. We don't know. That is a wounded car. There's a team fight going on here between Ambrosio and Nisbet.
Yeah, this could be interesting. This is the battle for the first points-paying position between D'Ambrosio and Nisbet. So it'll be interesting to see who can take that 1 point for their team.
It's looking good. It's a good battle. It's a good battle. They're racing quite hard, quite clean. Their cars are also are a reflection of their cleanliness, as there's no dents whatsoever, and I don't think there'll be much drama. I think these two will respect each other. But we'll see how it turns out as we go down the straight. Ambrosio following the draft. He might do something in here. No space for the inside.
As it stands right now, Nisbet seems to be driving a little bit quicker, but just cannot get past D'Ambrosius. D'Ambrosio is making his car quite wide, but as I say that, Nisbet was trying to go to the outside, but that didn't quite work.
Yeah, I think Ambrosio is showing his experience against Nisbet. And they're both catching up to Friedman, who has been passed by Redmayne. So Redmayne is definitely going to try and go for that 3rd position, as he has gotten his car even more damaged than it was at the beginning of the race after hitting off Alberti. He brakes very late. He almost looks like he was going to lock up there. Kajo is in trouble if he wants to... Curtis? Something's happened to Curtis. He's retired. Oh, God.
Nope, he hasn't retired. He's spun around. I believe that was Erwin van Waldeck who pushed him into a spin.
We'll see. Oh. It seems he was pushed maybe a little.
No, Erwin van Waldeck didn't touch him. Siegfried Curtis just lost it on his own.
It must be, well, it surely must be a nightmare and a half to keep that car on the track. Let alone keep it within the pack. And there goes Curtis hobbling off into the distance, unfortunately. And as I say that, there goes Shoshnikai. Michael Macker has lost time. 4.6 now is the gap.
Yeah, I think you have to give it to Laban, though. He really has tried his best, especially coming from a P18 and knockhill. He's really been trying his best to fight for the championship with a pole and a win at Thruxton, and obviously it looks like he's going to do it again, but I can't say for sure. I don't want to jinx him, obviously, but it looks like he's going to do it again. But Michael Macker, obviously, we know he's been insanely consistent throughout this entire season, so I don't think there's much the Serbian can do at the moment.
Kozak still holding that 3rd position. Degrassi is now up into 4th, or I think he was 4th already. We can see Redmayne in the distance making his way up. Kajo 6th, Ambrosio 7th, so Ambrosio was finally passed by Kajo, who is losing a bit of time, and Nisbet might catch up. Or no, sorry, I'm getting confused. It is Friedman who might catch up to Nisbet, but he's being attacked by Emil von Nordkrantz, who is now in the points. So the BMW Schnitzel cars are now actually showing what they should be doing in terms of performance. and that is Norkrantz through after an abysmal qualifying. It is going to be the final lap very soon. And it looks like Laban Shishnakai is going to be our British Touring Car champion. Or no, Michael Macker will. Michael Macker will, but Laban is going to be our winner. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Laban Shishnakai, 3 seconds of a gap. I don't think Michael is going to be able to catch that up within about a 50-second lap. So as it stands right now, Laban Shishnakai will be the race winner, but Juan Michael will be the champion. Of course, everything can still happen. What if Shishnakai hits traffic, for example, Curtis, who is about a straightaway ahead, but anything can still happen.
Shishnakai, you can even see how fast Shishnakai takes that corner. Same for Michael Macker, they're both talented drivers. Gap is 2.6. I don't think, with a track like the national layout, I don't think Shishnakai will have any issues with traffic. Traffic is normally a huge player in the series, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue here for Shishnakai, and it's obvious that he is going to take the win. Michael Macker tried to close the gap up, as you can see, the gap down to about 2.1 to 1.9, but Shishnakai, race winner, although Michael Macker, championship winner. And that has gone down in quite a... Oh, there's trouble. There's trouble.
In the first corner.
There was. There was indeed. Let's try and see what happened.
So it seems that Salsala was spun around, and yep, let's see. Tried to overtake Friedman and spun around on his own, but then got pitched into a bigger spin by Friedman. Stopped in the middle of a track, and here comes the rest of the field. Here comes Mustermann, Waldeck. The Delamy, Plinkaya, Faulkner, and all of them are stuck there with Salsala, but they get going eventually. There's Curtis past them.
I think Curtis went for an opportunist move there. It was quite dangerous that he did that.
The rest Shishnakai having won the race. So Salsala and Faulkner almost getting lapped. Actually, I was about to say they're getting lapped by Shishnakai, but of course he's already finished the race, which would mean that if he's already finished the race, but he overtakes those, what would be the implications of that?
It would be very strange. Redmayne now crossing the line 5th, Ambrosio 6th, Nisbet 7th, so they managed to hold position. Kajo, oh no, they did. No, Nisbet actually got past Kajo. Von Krantz redeemed himself with a points finish. Not his best race, but not his worst either, as he's only done 2 races. Then you have Henry J. Brown, Metzkal, Shettenkaya, who's seemingly having a big gear issue, but he's finished the race, so it's okay. Mustermann, Friedman, Mustermann, Lucas de Silva, Christopus, Aaron van Waldeck, Pedro Delalami, Conan McGuinness, whose car stops on the line, pretty much. Aaron Curtis finishes this race after an opportunist move to get past Salsala and Faulkner. Salsala, of which really fell off at this race. Let's go back with our champion who has won. Jules Michael Macker takes the British Touring Car Championship for the year 1993.
Really just a fantastic season, and Michael Macker has just done well in every race he's finished. He's been on the podium apart from one, which is, you know, an absolutely fantastic feat, I have to say so.
It's not the way I would have wanted. It's not as dramatic as what I would have thought this race might have been. But it was a well-wrapped-up title for Nissan, and I'm sure there will be a popping of champagne late into the night for the Nissan constructor. With that said, thank you for joining us, everyone, for the finale.
Yeah, it's been an honor to have commentated for this BTCC season. It's been a hell of a thriller as well, and I think this is a nice way to wrap it off as well.
I said Henry said and Kaya. I said Henry said and Kaya.
Yeah.
I think I was just going through the finishing grid, so that's probably how I misstepped. See, Wolf must mute for them, so I will say goodbye for him, and it's goodbye from me, and goodbye from Grant.
Yeah. Goodbye, and hopefully we'll be back for season 2, if there will be a season 2.
Thank you.